Last week, my best friend invited me over to her house for a housewarming party because she had just moved into a new place. The house looked pretty nice, and the first impression was that it felt really cool and refreshing, mainly because there was a huge tree right in front of the entrance. Its canopy almost completely shaded the whole front porch. Everyone who came by kept saying things like, "You are lucky, this place is awesome, that big tree makes it so cool and breezy." But while we were eating, she confided in me that her business had been struggling lately. She spent a lot of money bringing in new inventory, but she was not selling much. As soon as money came in, it had to be moved elsewhere. So even though it was her first month in the new house, she already ended up losing quite a bit. Hearing that, I did not want to jump to conclusions about whether it was bad luck or something related to Feng Shui, because when it comes to business, there are often many different factors. But I could not help but feel a little concerned when I looked at that big tree blocking the entrance. According to Feng Shui beliefs, a large tree standing right in front of the main entrance is usually seen as a bad sign. It blocks the flow of energy into the house, which can affect how smoothly things go and make it harder for wealth and good fortune to come in. And it was from that issue that I decided to make this video. If you ever find yourself in a situation where a big tree is blocking your front door like that, you will know how to spot the cause and find a way to fix it, so your good fortune does not just slip away without you realizing it. Now let us get started. The role of the bright hall and how trees can block vital energy at the front door. In the classical art of Feng Shui, the bright hall is often compared to a golden bowl placed right in front of the main entrance to welcome prosperity into the home. It is considered a vital space where the energy of the sky, known as heaven energy, and the energy of the earth, known as earth energy, come together and merge into a pure stream of life force before flowing inside the house to nourish the family's wealth and fortune. A proper bright hall must strictly follow the principle of being bright and open. In other words, it should always be well lit and spacious. This openness allows the area in front of the house to operate in a gentle, spiral-like flow, creating the perfect environment for good energy to settle and accumulate. This is the very foundation for activating luck, helping one's career run smoothly and allowing reputation and success to grow over time. The presence of a massive tree located directly in the center or too close to the main entrance creates an intense conflict of energy. It essentially blocks out the valuable sunlight and prevents it from entering the home. According to classic Feng Shui texts such as the theory of the bright hall, sunlight represents the dominant source of yang energy, which carries the power to spark growth and drive major progress. When a tree's thick foliage blocks the front of the house, it puts the home in a state of excess yin and deficient yang. This weakens the vitality of the home and causes the flow of business to become stagnant or unclear. Opportunities often get snatched away by competitors at the last minute. From the perspective of how energy flows and transforms, large trees act like a screen, cutting off the path of positive energy that carries wealth right at the doorstep. When this life force is scattered, any stagnant or negative energy inside the house gets pushed back in by the swirling air created under the tree's canopy. This creates a condition known as trapped energy, where energy cannot circulate or refresh itself. When this happens, the household's cash flow tends to stall, and it becomes harder to manage finances or solve problems effectively. Even worse, if there is a single isolated tree standing directly in front of the entrance, it creates a Feng Shui condition called lone wood killing. This means the incoming energy stream gets split in two before it even enters the house. Such division leads to a lack of unity in the family and makes one's career path feel lonely and unsupported by external resources. That is why clearing the bright hall from these kinds of blockages is absolutely necessary. It is the key to unlocking the flow of vital energy and ensuring that the stream of prosperity remains smooth, steady, and strong. The blockage of energy flow in the bright hall, how it creates harmful energy patterns. When the energy flow in the bright hall is blocked, it often leads to the formation of Sha patterns, powerful negative energy fields. When a large tree is placed in the wrong location, it becomes a serious obstacle that blocks the flow of prosperity before it even has a chance to enter the house. That is why identifying these harmful energy forms is a key step in preventing your wealth from slipping away unnoticed. Number 1. Lone Tree Sha in the decline of human vitality. Lone Tree Sha occurs when a massive, solitary tree stands directly in front of the house, completely blocking the view of the bright hall. In the deeper theory of the 5 elements, a large, isolated tree creates a condition known as excess wood, depleted earth. This means the tree drains the spiritual energy of the land, leaving the space in front of the house energetically exhausted. All the positive energy carrying financial opportunities that tries to enter through the bright hall gets absorbed by the tree and never reaches the front door. According to texts like the Xuan Kong theory of the Shen family, this Sha form cuts off external sources of supportive energy. As a result, the homeowner often feels isolated and unsupported, struggles to form strong financial partnerships, and finds it difficult to attract helpful allies. Number 2. Piercing Core Sha in sudden financial upheavals. Piercing Core Sha happens when the front door or balcony directly faces a tall, tree-like column that stands upright in the line of sight. Based on the early Heaven Bagua principle, this Sha strikes right at the center point, the control center that governs the flow of energy in the home. It creates a sudden disruption in the energy flow. The tree trunk acts like a blade slicing through the stream of good energy, causing turbulence and chaos that weakens the fortune of the household. Homes affected by this Sha often face unexpected financial crises and unexplained monetary losses. Having a tall vertical object directly in front of the main entrance undermines the foundation of the family's stability, making it hard to build lasting wealth no matter how much effort is put into it. Number 3. Heart Piercing Sha and the collapse of wealth flow. Heart Piercing Sha is the most dangerous variation. It appears when a large tree trunk lies directly into the path of a straight road that leads right into the center of the main entrance. In Feng Shui, the main door is like a vital artery that controls prosperity. When a large tree pierces the heart of this path, it causes serious damage to the house's energy flow, a condition also called retreating field Sha. When money and fortune try to enter but hit this blockage, the flow is instantly scattered, making it impossible to accumulate long-term assets. Families affected by this Sha often suffer from unstable finances. Their investments are prone to legal risks or major losses that drain their economic resources. This is one of the most destructive energy forms, and it requires strong intervention to restore the energy path and protect the long-term security of the household. The types of trees that attract misfortune beyond their position, the name and characteristics of a tree also determine whether it brings fortune or misfortune to a home. Below are certain types of trees that carry negative energy. Planting them in front of your house can lead to money loss and seriously affect your luck. These trees should be avoided at all costs. Group 1. Trees that carry heavy yin energy and attract negative spirits. Number 1. Weeping Willow. According to the Xuan Kong theory of the Shen family, the weeping willow is the ultimate symbol of extreme yin wood energy. Its drooping leaves generate retreating energy, which weakens the positive, uplifting sunlight right at the threshold of the main entrance. Especially troubling is the fact that willows do not produce seeds, which led ancient people to believe that planting them could negatively affect fertility and the family's ability to have children. Number 2. Black Walnut. The black walnut tree carries an energy of dominance and exclusivity. From its roots, this tree releases harsh, suppressive energy that wipes out surrounding plants just to ensure its own survival. This aggressive trait creates a blocked energy field that severely disrupts the spiritual balance of the land at the entrance. Its presence isolates the homeowner, drives away potential partners, and often leads to legal disputes over money. Instead of attracting helpful people, the energy of the black walnut repels every opportunity for collaboration, resulting in drained finances and the eventual decline of the family's wealth. Number 3. Pine Tree. Although the pine tree symbolizes endurance and longevity, its core energy is cold yin, meaning it holds a chilly, ghostly energy often used in graveyards to guide and trap spiritual forces. When placed in front of the bright hall, it acts like a vacuum that drains all positive energy. This blocks the financial flow of the household entirely. Homes with pine trees in front often suffer from cash flow issues, mounting debt, and slow or frozen financial cycles. Even if the homeowner has assets, they are unable to convert them into liquid capital or profits, leading to missed investment opportunities that could have been life-changing. Number 4. Oak tree. The oak is a giant tree with overwhelming presence. Its enormous canopy can completely cover and overshadow the area in front of a house. This thick shade blocks the wealth gate, preventing financial opportunities from ever reaching the property. Its massive root system invades and damages the foundation of the land, directly shaking the stability of the family's assets. Houses with large oak trees in front often face shaky financial conditions. Major investments are likely to collapse unexpectedly. Oak trees are one of the biggest causes of severe monetary losses, plunging families into debt or causing them to suddenly lose income sources they have worked for years to build. Number 5. Eucalyptus tree. The eucalyptus tree holds an energy of depletion. It aggressively absorbs all nutrients from the soil to serve its own growth. Its bark is constantly peeling, which symbolically represents unfinished outcomes, efforts that never lead to completion. Eucalyptus scatters the energy flow around a home, so no matter how hard the homeowner works, money continues to slip away uncontrollably. Career paths become unstable, and good fortune seems to stay out of reach. Group 2. Trees associated with bad omens and separation. Number 1. Black cherry tree. According to the system of yang housing and killing energy, the black cherry tree contains a core energy that disrupts the energetic field in the bright hall. It directly breaks the bond between the homeowner and their core team. In terms of wealth and prosperity, this tree creates a centrifugal Sha, meaning the family's income gets seriously damaged when key business partners suddenly break away. They often take with them the entire client base and core business secrets, forming direct competition from within. Instead of accumulating and expanding income, the homeowner's revenue becomes fragmented and diminished due to the loss of major partnerships that once provided capital and opportunities. This leads to a state of early fortune, later misfortune, where the business seems stable at first but gradually loses strength. Deals become bitter, and major financial losses eventually follow. Number 2. Buckthorn tree. The buckthorn has a hidden, aggressive energy symbolized by its sharp thorns hidden beneath its leaves. These represent hidden threats that are hard to foresee. In terms of family finances, this tree creates an energy leak, where money constantly slips away due to unexpected expenses and sudden legal issues. The homeowner's capital gets drained quickly through lawsuits, property disputes, or unplanned fines, scattering cash flow and making it difficult to reinvest. As a result, business ventures are constantly under threat from internal saboteurs, leading to scattered assets. Even when a homeowner earns a lot, it becomes nearly impossible to preserve or grow their wealth in a sustainable way. Number 3. Wisteria. Despite its delicate appearance, wisteria actually imposes tremendous pressure. Its woody vines grow stronger and tighter over time. In terms of financial energy, it represents financial strangulation, creating expenses that surpass the homeowner's ability to manage. The weight of this floral canopy squeezes the lively energy out of the home, making debt pile up and causing the owner to fall into a cycle of snowballing interest. For business growth, wisteria's energy holds back every effort to scale. Projects are delayed or stuck, forcing the homeowner to gradually sell off accumulated assets to pay down long-standing debts. The family's future then becomes dim and uncertain, as all profits are consumed by overwhelming financial pressure. Number 4. Mulberry tree. This tree has long been considered one of the worst omens for household prosperity. In many cultures, it symbolizes loss and mourning. From the perspective of preserving wealth, planting a mulberry tree at the entrance is like building a dam that blocks the flow of income. It chokes off the main path to financial growth. Its energy field creates barriers that suddenly halt or cancel promising investment opportunities with no clear reason. Over time, legacy assets may have no capable heirs to manage them, leading to the sale or transfer of property to outsiders. This signals a systemic financial collapse, where the homeowner loses the ability to recover and watches everything they built gradually fall apart. Even though the trees listed above carry major risks of wealth dispersion and weakened business standing, Feng Shui always offers ways to restore and reactivate energy to protect your assets and attract financial flow back into your life. First, regular maintenance and pruning. Routine maintenance is a key technique to reduce wood Sha. This involves cutting back overgrown branches that directly pierce the energy line leading to wealth. Homeowners should prune their trees monthly to prevent thick foliage from blocking the bright hall, the very thing that halts business opportunities. Clearing the view helps energy move freely, allowing money to circulate better and avoiding surprise expenses caused by energy blockages. Second, rebalancing energy with supportive trees. Planting strong yang-type trees such as lucky bamboo or ornamental areca palm can create a formation known as green dragon suppresses white tiger. This rebalances the overpowering effect of ancient trees that carry Sha energy. These supporting plants act as energy conductors, attracting the attention of strategic partners and helpful mentors. You can also place bright red or yellow flowers near the entrance to activate the movement of money. This helps frozen investments start to show signs of progress and recover quickly. Third, setting up protective Feng Shui symbols. To build a solid defense against capital loss, place protective symbols like a keelin or dragon facing toward the large tree. This helps neutralize the frequencies of conflict, lawsuits, and sabotage. It shields your family's assets from rivals and ensures that whatever you accumulate remains safe, protected from both legal risks and hidden threats within your own team. Fourth, activating the wealth gathering spot. You can activate the energy center for wealth using crystals like quartz and wind chimes. The sound of wind chimes belongs to the metal element, which helps soften the aggression of the wood element. This makes your money flow more dynamic and smart in reinvestment decisions. You can also place a miniature mountain and water feature in front of your house. According to the classic Zhui Shin Fu principle, mountains govern people, water governs wealth. This setup becomes a resting point for fortune. It helps your family accumulate large capital and maintain strong cash flow for all business operations. To wrap things up, adjusting a single branch or placing a small Feng Shui remedy is more than just a visual change. It shows that you respect your living space and value the assets you have worked hard to build. Feng Shui is about understanding how to restore balance, helping your home flow in harmony with nature. Once your entryway is open and your mindset is steady, prosperity will naturally find its way to the right place. If you have any questions about tree placement or how to rearrange your home for better Feng Shui or anything else related to Feng Shui, feel free to leave your questions in the comments. I will pick the most frequently asked ones to answer in upcoming videos. For now, thank you so much and see you next time.